experience, you can order online in 2 minutes at starlink.com/radio or call 1-888-GO-STARLINK.
Shaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, jersey barriers, and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at bashawconcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. bashawconcrete.com.
Because 60 minutes is just about enough. The Frenzy with Halley and Douglas
On Sports 1440.
presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
It's just after 11 o'clock. Sound effects threw me off in that song, Donnie. Welcome to the Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky online. WilhaukBeefJerky.com. Lots to get to on the show today, but make sure you go say hello to our friends out at Wilhauk in Leduc. Training camps in the NFL underway. We've already got a big injury from Cincinnati Bengals camp. Josh Fenwick, I don't know if you took a look at this one already. Shamar Stewart. Now, we talked about him yesterday on the program. Could he have a big season? A breakout campaign, perhaps? Day one, couldn't be more than an hour ago, taken off on a cart. So Josh Fenwick...
Connor, he could have had 1.5 sacks this year. He could have matched his college total.
He could have had 11.5.
In college?
In the pros. Crazy things happen. Guys break out in year two. This happens.
It's true.
You think J.J. Watt just rolled out of bed and recorded 18 sacks?
Yes.
These things take time.
It's J.J. Watt.
They take time. Shamar Stewart, not good. I saw videos of Mike McDaniel for the LA Chargers wearing his little blue Air Force Ones and his rolled up sweatpants, bouncing around out there, Donnie P.
Yeah.
It's happening, baby.
It is happening.
Football is here. And thank you for joining us on the Frenzy. Lots to discuss on the show today before we get to 3 rounds with Josh Fenwick. We're also going to be joined by Andy McNamara of the Sick Podcast, covering the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns practice is underway for them. So shout out to Andy being willing to joining us on the show today. We're going to get into it. This is a good team, we think, outside of the quarterback position, which is very important in the NFL. So we'll talk about that. Take your text to 1-833-401-1440. You can also email us. Just Connor at sports1440.ca. We'll keep it simple on this Wednesday morning. Big news from the NHL. Macklin Celebrini payday. And I would say pretty well deserved. 5 years, $18.8 million, surpassing Leo Carlson, who's at the $18 million mark. Maybe that was a sticking point for Celebrini, but I would say at this point in his very young career, the face of the franchise, heck, maybe the face of the NHL in 3 to 5 years. Big payday, $94 million over 5 years. Donnie P, not surprising at all, I would say. I think that's probably just the way things are going here. The cap's going up. This is what the PA wants, and for Macklin Celebrini, well deserved.
Yeah, it is fair. It's fair, but I don't know if you heard my take on it earlier. It pains me to kind of blame the star for taking what's fair, but I do feel like like you saw what Mike Greer did on July 1st. He brought in Jacob Trouba and Darnell Nurse. And when you have those two contracts and you have some of the names and young star power coming up for extensions over the next couple of seasons that the San Jose Sharks do, I just feel like he kind of hindered their ability to keep all the players. I feel like that's the truth, and that's the case behind it. It's absolutely fair. If the Sharks wouldn't have brought in both Trouba and Nurse, I would say tremendous deal. I love it. Great for Celebrini. He gets his bag as he deserves. But since they have both those players, and you can put a lot of it on Mike Greer, absolutely. But I just feel like it was a little short-sighted from the player. That's my feeling on it. I just like it's right along with the percentage of cap that all other superstars signed for. It's just when those superstars, like when Connor McDavid signed here, that didn't necessarily put them straight into cap hell. It was the other subsequent moves afterwards that were stupid and put them into cap hell. This one, it just puts them into cap hell right away because of the moves done prior. But to him, like, you have that forethought. You know what's happening. You know what your team's cap situation is. To me, I think you need to make a more team-friendly decision. And I hate saying that because he does deserve what he's going to get paid. It's just, that's the way I view it.
Those mistakes are not Macklin Celebrini and his agent's problem.
Nope, they're not.
You go out there, you get that money. Maybe the next contract is a little more team-friendly when they get to a winning window. We said it talking about the worst deals in the NHL. Declan had the clip with Trent Frederick where some Oilers fans got very defensive of him for a fan base that was really negative about him for a long time. Anywho, I said that Trouba deal, I got it in at the end there. I'm like, I don't know if I like that deal. Like, you take on Darnell Nurse without any cap retained. That was something. But then to give the money to Trouba, like you said, it'll be interesting to see how the cap finagling goes here. But 115 points last year, 45 goals. What's the best ability? Availability. He was available in every game, plus went to the Olympics. His next closest teammate, Will Smith, 69 games played, 59 points. Heck of a good season. But you just look at that differential and what Macklin Celebrini did in that season. This guy's an absolute stud. And that was just year 2. He doubled his point production, essentially. If you go by the paces, he'll score 230 points next year. This guy is a machine. I'm just joking. That's probably not going to happen. But also, his plus minus, for those of you that believe in that sort of thing, went from a minus 31 in 70 games to plus 8 in 82. So I like this deal for Celebrini. Hope the cap goes up. We'll see how it works. We're a little behind already. You guys ready to do 3 rounds with Josh Fenwick?
Let's do it.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
Round 1.
All right. Number 1. Start, bench, cut. Bringing it back a second day in a row. You're reusing old gimmicks, I feel like you guys already.
Me?
Start, bench, cut. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow.
When we read the questions, it's 2 years in. We're like 2 weeks in, and we're already doing this little bit.
Yeah, brother.
This is a good category, though. How about I call you by your right name?
There we go.
How about,
You're not low tide.
Well,
you're not quite there yet.
I called you the other two names.
You did.
You're up, I believe.
Okay. It's a great one, Josh, because these are all three of these guys I kind of lump in together as that clear and obvious top flight quarterback crew. For me personally, like, if this is just a random game, there's a different answer than if this was a playoff game. So I'll just give you my normal, assuming this is a normal game.
This is your new starter for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, okay. If this is my new starter, I'm starting Josh Allen. I think I bench Joe Burrow and I cut Lamar Jackson. And I hate cutting Lamar Jackson, but I just don't think he's all that clutch.
But you're starting Josh Allen.
But the thing about Josh is, like, I can actually point toward, and you can point towards the team failing Lamar Jackson at some pretty key moments as well. Like Mark Andrews, obviously, with a big key drop. What was that, 2 years ago now, or was that last year? I don't remember.
2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago because they didn't make the playoffs last year. What an idiot. 2 years ago. And then, like, there's been some key moments where the Ravens have failed him as a team. But for me, Josh Allen is just the perfect example of a quarterback who is just got no help at times. And, like, man, you watch that receiver room go out there, and it's just, their receiver room has proven to me that, like, I think it should prove to everybody that you do truly need some level of number one wide receiver. Like, Khalil Shakir's a good player. I like Khalil Shakir, but he can't be your number one.
For me, I'm gonna start the guy who's been to a Super Bowl in Joe Burrow. When he's healthy, and I assume he's gonna be healthy under these circumstances. Like, look how good he was 2 years ago, putting the Bengals team on his back. I think Joe Burrow's an absolute stud. He can also run the football. I think that's something that gets slept on him. Yes, he does have two very good receivers. There's no denying that. But he's still gonna find his guys. He's gonna make those plays. He's got the it factor. So for me, I would be starting Joe Burrow, who, could have, if his protection holds up, could be a Super Bowl champion. I am going to bench Josh Allen, and I'm going to cut Lamar Jackson. Similarly to you, that's just, he's still a top 5 quarterback. He's unbelievable, but that's how the game works. You got to cut someone, and maybe Josh Allen bounces or Lamar Jackson bounces back this season. But for the time being, I'd have Josh Allen ahead.
Yeah, that is the ultimate tough answer though. Like, that's a tough one because they're all the best of the best.
Let us know
Round
yours.
2.
1-833-401-1440.
My bad. Josh?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I can't have my headphones on for this segment because I hear myself talk in a second delay, and it throws me off entirely. All right. Number 2, who will throw more interceptions? The Browns quarterback room or the Falcons quarterback room?
Well, for me, I'm going to lean to the Cleveland Browns quarterback room simply because I think they will be trailing in games and trying to get back into it, which is going to lead to problems. You're going to have Deshaun Watson, who at one time was a really good NFL quarterback. Off the field, current time's different, but one time he was a really good quarterback. He'll be slinging it. He's still going to be like, I got this. I can do this. That's Deshaun Watson. Now, when he gets benched, or if he gets benched and Shador gets in there, I think Shador's going to try to make plays because I think everyone in this quarterback room for the Cleveland Browns is fighting for a job next year. Even if they're losing football games, they want to try to prove to management that they belong, and they should not draft Arch Manning or, Dante Moore, whoever it might be. Avoid those guys. So I'm going to lean with the Cleveland Browns quarterback room.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Cleveland too because I guess the Penix stuff, like, he only threw 3 picks last year. I just think, now granted, it's only 9 games. I just think with Cleveland, like, there is just so much uncertainty, and I could absolutely see those guys nuking it up. But then again, I have watched Tua turn the ball over, and if he this is an asterisk. If he starts more than 5 games, then it will be the Atlanta Falcons. If he doesn't, then it will be the Cleveland Browns. So I'll give you the half-cocked answer.
Both sides.
Both sides. You know what? Yeah, it's a tough one. It's another tough one.
I will say, when you do have the Atlanta Falcons receivers, Drake, and then you also have Kyle Pitts, I think there will be like the desire to push the ball downfield. I also think that Kevin Stefanski's a better coach, and I think that will hopefully, result in them not throwing more interceptions. But geez, if I was having Drake London and Kyle Pitts, I'd be pushing the ball downfield. So the interceptions could follow.
Final round.
All right, number 3. Would you yourself, and we're saying like in the pros, and you get this athletic ability for the one game, would you rather throw a complete game as a pitcher or rush for 300 yards?
You're just saying pitch a complete game.
Pitch a complete game. I was trying to find something.
Like a perfect game?
No, a complete game. You throw all 9 innings. Maybe you give up 1 run. You get the win, or you rush for 300 yards in a game. I was trying to find one. Like, I think if I said throw a no-hitter, both of you would be like, no, throw a no-hitter, because that's cooler.
Not me. No one's rushed for 300 yards. Adrian Peterson did 296. Nobody in NFL history has done 300.
I thought he rushed for 303. That's what I should have done more research going into it.
So for me, it's an easy one. Like, Donnie, I know you're a baseball guy. Throwing even a no-hitter, I think it would be elite. But
if it said perfect game, I would say perfect game.
Let's call it perfect game.
If it said perfect game, I would say perfect game, because then you join some ridiculous company, and then there's Herman Marquez in there somehow, which is just hilarious. But perfect game, I mean, it says it in the title. It is a perfect game. It is not impossible to do, but it is so damn hard to do. Now, granted, 300 rushing yards in a game has been impossible to this point, but I don't know. The perfect game is just so sacred that your name is etched in history forever.
Yeah, I mean the perfect game is very cool, right? Like it's something that you see it happen and you're just fired up for the guy who does it. But for me, like I said, going 300 rushing yards. No one's ever done it. I'll just give you some names here when it comes to NFL running backs that have got to 250 plus. Doug Martin, RIP. Mike Anderson. The names get a little better when you go through here. Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Jamal Charles, OJ, Sean Alexander, Walter Payton, Corey Dillon, Jerome Harrison. How about that? 286 for the Browns back in 2009. There's the name you guys might not remember. Jamal Lewis and Adrian Peterson for me.
Was there 10?
11.
11?
Actually, no, more than that. When it comes to that, it's 15, I believe. 16 that have gone over 250.
Okay.
Spec Sanders back in 1947, before my time. LT at 243. But to get close to 300, and man, I think like if you look back at it, you're Jamal Lewis or Adrian Peterson. Like, come on, guys, one more carry. I was dicing up the AP was dicing up the Chargers. He was a rookie when he did that. Now that record could be broken. Antonio Cromartie's record in that game will not be broken. Longest missed field goal return, 109 yards, and I think it was more than that because it was out of the back of the end zone where he pulled it down from. But yeah, I mean, both of those I think are pretty awesome. It would be very cool if it's complete games. I mean, Cy Young did it 749 times. That's unreal.
Yeah. There are, as crazy as it is, there are so many baseball records that will never be broken. I know people talk about like Wayne Gretzky's records and stuff, which are beyond impressive. But if you look at some of those baseball records, they are bananas. The Cy Young ones, Ricky Henderson's stolen base record is ludicrous. He is like night and day ahead. It's not even remotely close. There are some blasphemous records, even like games started, stuff like that for the old days. Like, oh,
okay. So I've thrown this one at Gregor before.
Yeah.
Do you know among active pitchers who has the most complete games? And what do you think the number is?
Is it Justin Verlander?
It is Verlander.
Yeah. Like 10.
Actually, you undersold him quite a bit. 26.
Okay. I just didn't know how many it would be. I knew he would have a lot from his time in Detroit. I just didn't know how many it would be. But yeah, JV makes a lot of sense. But like 26 compared to what did you say with
749? Cy Young.
I think it's safe to say no one will get within 600 of that.
I think you're right. Chris Sale second at 16.
No one might even get within 700 of that.
No one will get within 725 of that. I'm thinking, well, I guess, outside of Verlander.
Unless Jesus becomes a pitcher, then I don't think anyone's going to be even remotely within 700.
I just love the thought of like Cy Young telling his manager, hey, arm's feeling a little sore. Don't care. Get back out there. Okay, you got it. Skip, hops back out there and finishes the game. It's incredible. Glenn says, what would be the closest thing to a complete game in the NFL? Highest completion percentage? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Let's see if we can find it in a single game. I know Rivers once started off like 17 of 17. Yeah, he finished 96.6 in that game. Jared Goff,
yeah,
went 100.
Go.
Yeah, he did that just a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then you had Drew Brees, who went 96.7. Heck, every dog has his day. Marcus Mariota went 95.7% once as well. That's crazy. Mariota actually also went 92, which is good for 15th best of all time. So the Jared Goff game, just want to hop back to it. September 30th, 2024. Seahawks Lions.
It's like 19 for 19?
Well, you probably have the numbers there.
I do not. I was just going off of memory.
Oh, you have a great memory. He was 18 of 18 for 292. So obviously they were running away with that one. It was 42-29 final. Probably kind of just start running the ball in the second half. Heck, I mean, they still threw the ball. That's pretty incredible. Great stuff. Josh, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Andy McNamara, talk some Cleveland Browns. It is The Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Thinking of growing your business? In partnership with Prairie's Can, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce is helping businesses explore new opportunities, new markets, and build connections through organized trade missions across Canada. Find the right mission for you at abchamber.ca/trade missions.
Say hello to Alberta's home for reeling and dealing. With Play Alberta, you can spin into the excitement of popular slots like Cash Eruption and Desert Fantasy. Experience Alberta-exclusive games and get in on the action of live dealer tables with all new elevated stakes. However you prefer to play, the fun is ready when you are. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
At Papa John's, we know it's not just a pizza. It's a family gathering. Happy birthday, a special celebration, or just a sigh of relief at the end of a busy day. For a limited time, get large one-topping pizzas for only $14.99 each on original, thin, or New York-style crust. Use promo code L1499 at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app. Get yours today. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Hi, I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. We've been tightening bolts and redefining our industry for 25 years. Yes, a quarter century, and we're just getting started. Check us out at cantork.com. Our tools age better than I do.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
An electrical solar team is now making a play for sustainability and savings. They're specialists in powering up for a greener future.
That's the strategy, designing and installing high-efficiency solar panels. They're helping homes and businesses combat rising utility costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
A smart move for efficiency and the environment. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Beer League Slow Pitch. It's an Alberta summer tradition.
I got shortstop. I'll take pitcher. Yeah, I'm just here for the dugout snacks.
When you're playing on the field, you need serious fuel. And there's only one MVP.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Load up on Alberta's best beef jerky and hit a home run with the team. It's the perfect snack for your summer sports.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky. Because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. Then a volunteer gave me a medal. But I don't want participation trophies, unless they're from Bet365. With their daily prize matcher game, I win by matching gold coins, cherries, and more. Take that, denim man. Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit av.211.ca. 18 plus only. T's and C's apply.
Get your lineups and laughs right here on The Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440, presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Back, it is The Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky. Halley, Paulson, Fenwick with you here. We got Cam, Tate, and Connor the intern here as well. Jam-packed studio. We are going to talk some Cleveland Browns with Andy McNamara in a sec here. The text line, though, 1-833-401-1440. MTR says, who's got the most MVPs? There's your answer. Start the guy with 2 MVPs, bench the guy with 1 MVP, and cut the guy with no MVPs and can't stay healthy for a month. That's fair. Like, the thing is, they're all really great quarterbacks, but for me, when he's on his game, and that was the caveat here, he's healthy. Joe Burrow's been an absolute beast. Like, just go look at those numbers 2 years. And yes, he did have a loaded offense for sure. But I for him, I still think he'll still make the throws, right? Like, he still takes advantage of his third receiver. He still, finds his tight ends, and who's he had? Gesicki. Like, he still utilizes all his weapons. I think he's an absolute stud. So I got no problem with what I said. I'll stand by it. That being said, like, these are 3 of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. There's probably not really a bad option. Now, we'll talk quarterbacks here with our next guest. This segment brought to you by elksnation.ca. Go check them out. The new website, articles, podcasts, and more, breaking down the green and gold, the most in-depth Double E football coverage online, elksnation.ca. And of course, twice a week, you got the podcast or the video with Grey Cup champion Eddie Steele and our very own Declan Kruger. elksnation.ca as we bring in Andy McNamara to cover the Cleveland Browns on the Sick podcast. Andy, good afternoon. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, gentlemen. Training camp just starting to get underway all the way around the NFL, so we are getting close. Madden rankings are coming out, so we're ready to go, man.
So obviously, we've actually been talking with the Browns team for a little while here, and I look at their last 2 drafts, and I love the skill positions, love the receivers, the running back, the tight end room, but I have to ask you, the quarterback room, you got Shedeur, you've got Deshaun Watson. Like, what do you think happens in the preseason? Who do you think is QB1, and how do you think this plays out to start the season at least?
Well, it's a great point. The positions just about everywhere outside of quarterback has a Browns team that is young, that is on the rise, that has a strong base, and credit to Andrew Berry for building that core. But the problem is, guys, as we know, you need a quarterback. And the Browns had one in Baker Mayfield a few years ago, said, nah, we don't need that. We'll get Deshaun Watson. And it's been an absolute disaster. So now the head coach, Todd Monken, going into the break off of OTA, said, look, we're going to need to see these guys in pads, which, by the way, won't start. How the NFL is set up now for training camp, guys, is the first 4 or 5 days. You're not doing anything physical. There's no takedowns. There's no tackling to the ground. That comes next week. So the coach has said, we have to see Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders in action when you have a actual live pass rush coming. Now, you're not going to tackle the quarterbacks, but an actual pass rush. Also, you have a joint practice with the Buffalo Bills coming up in a couple weeks. You need to see these guys here. You need to see them in exhibition games. So the answer is now there's no starting quarterback option. If it's up to me, I say you do Shedeur Sanders. I have zero want or need to see Deshaun Watson in the last year of his deal. You're not bringing him back. He is an absolute gong show and has not produced anything since coming over. So if I know, guys, Deshaun Watson's not my future, and I don't know if Shedeur Sanders is, but I need to find out, because if he is, tremendous. I got 2 first-round picks going into next year. I can build this team further. If he's not, then I need to use those draft picks and finagle my way around to get one of the top QBs in next year's draft. But it all comes down to figuring out what is Shedeur Sanders, and you don't get that answer by playing Deshaun Watson.
Great answer. Now, let's just focus on Shedeur Sanders. And it's funny, you go to his Wikipedia page, you're like, oh, geez, his college team retired his number. That's impressive. Pro Bowl, kind of a joke, but, he had to have a good season. And then the numbers, well, they weren't amazing. He went 3-4. What did you see in those starts from Shedeur Sanders? And was there optimism that, okay, maybe he can be a guy in the future?
So when we look at Shedeur Sanders, and your listeners and everybody else, you got to listen to what I'm saying here specifically to figure out and appreciate what Shedeur Sanders was able to accomplish last year. He did not have any interest or coaching up last year in training camp. Guys, he was on a separate field from, at the time, the quarterback room a year ago was Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur Sanders was the forgotten man on an opposite field. He had 0 reps with the starters in camp and throughout the season. All of a sudden, you throw him in when Deshaun Watson isn't around to play, when they trade Joe Flacco, they traded Kenny Pickett before that, and Dylan Gabriel stinks. All of a sudden, you throw Shedeur Sanders in. What's the kid do with 0 reps? Guy gets you not 1, but 2 division wins, goes 3 of 4. Things to work on? Absolutely. But did he show enough flashes to me to say, hey, maybe if we actually treat this guy properly and give him a proper camp, maybe we can grow on this, considering he won 3 games, you won 5 all year. Maybe let's see if we can explore that. So that's what people don't necessarily appreciate when you just see the numbers and the record. It's what he had to overcome and the disrespect all that off season to what he got to. So I think, look, is Shedeur Sanders going to be the quarterback of the future from the Browns? I have my doubts, but am I curious to see more? Absolutely.
We're looking at the Cleveland Browns with Andy McNamara of the Sick Podcast. I want to ask you, because just looking at the receivers, obviously they invest highly on the receiver room, brought in Jerry Jeudy, and have some nice pieces here. Actually, I was more of a Denzel Boston guy, to be totally honest with you, more than Casey Concepcion, but I know he's going to be a game breaker. Who do you think comes out of this camp and becomes wide receiver 1 this season?
I'm totally with you on Denzel Boston. I was actually not happy with the Casey Concepcion pick in the first round. I was like, come on, man. The guy has drop issues. He's 5'11". Then they came right back and took Denzel Boston. So now I'm thinking, well, I got my speedy gadget guy who can also has been talked about being the best punt returner in the draft with my big bodied 6'4" jump ball dude who's actually in camp was impressing more as a route runner than people expected. So Denzel Boston to me is my top guy for the future, but I love the combination now. I got options finally. Last year too, go back to Shedeur Sanders 1 sec. That guy won 3 games with, if not the worst, the second worst offense in football. In the NFL, he did that. So it's another Shedeur check mark. But for this receiver room, I think what it does, it really benefits Jerry Jeudy, who now, while still probably going in as wide receiver 1, defenses have to pay a lot of attention in different ways because you want to build your receiver room not with the same looking guys, right? Jerry Jeudy's 5'11", Concepcion's about the same, Denzel's 6'4". Also, let's not forget, Isaiah Bond put on 15 pounds of muscle and is the fastest guy on that field still. He's 5'10", coming out of Texas. That guy's a stud. Cedric Tillman in a contract year, in 6'3". I like Cedric Tillman. Can he stay healthy and stay on? I don't know. But those top 3, Jeudy, Concepcion, Boston, with Bond as the wild card, that you can stretch that field. Guys have to pay attention. It's such a turnaround from a wide receiver room that was so bad and bland last year. So people got to stay healthy. People got to produce. Concepcion has to stop with the drops. But if you have that, plus you had in Harold Fannin Jr., who led the team in catches and touchdowns last year, with Quinshon Judkins, who's healthy, all of a sudden this offense is just like, can I get an average quarter? If I get average quarterback play, okay, like 15th or 16th in the NFL, I'm not asking a lot. 15th, 16th. You can, honestly, this Browns team could make a run at a wild card spot.
Andy, to jump over to the defensive side of the ball here, obviously we know everybody in the world knows about the Myles Garrett, obviously, trade. But they still have back-to-back defensive rookie of the years. They still have a lot of quality on this defense. What are you kind of expecting out of this D group now, sans Myles Garrett? Because obviously, it's probably going to take a bit of a step back, but will it really be as drastic as some people think?
Well, there's a couple of things to consider. Jim Schwartz, who was the mastermind behind that defense, is gone. He wanted to be head coach. I wanted him to be head coach. He wasn't, and he's out. So now you bring in Mike Rutenberg, first-time defensive coordinator, great mind for the secondary in Atlanta as Monken's guy. I like him, but we don't know as a defensive coordinator. Now, Jared Verse, he cannot try to be Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's a one of one. Okay, he's no one's being Myles Garrett, but Jared Verse is a darn good player. You mentioned it, rookie of the year, last year too, Pro Bowler. So now I got Jared Verse, I got Alex Wright opposite that. Secondary, Denzel Ward is a stud, just re-up, got a big extension with Tyson Campbell, who's underrated. The cornerback depth gets super thin after that. That's kind of what spooks me. The defense, I think, is going to be a bit different. I bet you if we look at, there's going to be more of a focus on takeaways in the secondary than just blitzing. So I think we'll see a little bit of a different look, but I don't think it'll take too much of a step back. It's going to be a case where, though, that teams don't have to game plan specifically for Myles Garrett, right? No, maybe Jared Verse comes in and people have to start game planning specifically for him. He's not quite at that level yet, but he's a darn good player. So I think this defense can have takeaways, can be good, but it really depends. You're going to see more takeaways. You're going to see this defense be able to play close to that level if the offense can score more points. Guys, it was a chore to get to 20 points over the past 2 years in Cleveland. If they average 24 points or more a game, like I said, they're going to be right on the cusp of a wild card.
You mentioned, of course, their former DC and Jim Schwartz, and you mentioned, of course, their new head coaching hire in Todd Monken. What you kind of touched on it a little bit, what you made of that decision to ultimately not take Schwartz and make him the coach. What do you kind of expect Todd Monken to bring to this team, and will it be kind of a debacle in your eyes as a result of the non-hire?
I certainly hope not. I've had enough debacles in Cleveland. I hope not. But I think with Todd Monken, I wasn't pleased with the hire at first. The more I hear him, the more I see, the more I learn, he's winning me over. And the reason is he holds players accountable. This guy's old school, all right? But he's old school in a way that doesn't alienate the players. He's going to be tackling. He's going to use every tackle drill that you're allowed in training camp. Some coaches don't use them all. Kevin Stefanski didn't use them all. Kevin Stefanski had a soft camp. More like, okay. Monken said, look, our first 2 games are in Florida. It's going to be a sweatbox down there. You guys are going to be working hard. The defense was Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett and others were calling for more accountability. That wasn't there. Todd Monken's going to hold them accountable. So I think we see a tougher, more disciplined team. And one of the reasons that Todd Monken was hired over Schwartz is because the offense got so bad. So you wanted an offensive mind, but also look at what Monken has done as far as adaptability. You can't necessarily point to Monken and say, oh, he's a West Coast guy, or he's a this guy or that guy. This is someone who adapts. This is someone who had success in Tampa Bay with Jameis Winston, who's not mobile. He had success in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson, who is. He had an in-between when he was coaching in Georgia in college. He can adapt. And he's a receivers coach first. That's what he broke into the league as. So the key with Monken is adaptability to the roster he has. And I think that was very appealing to Andrew Berry and the Browns front office, because at that time, they didn't really know what team. So if you just came out and you said, okay, West Coast guy, and then you can't build the West Coast team, well, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Monken can adapt. I think that's going to be a strength. And when you cut down on errors, which the Browns had a ton of, and an upgrade in skill on offense, I think this team is going to get more than the 5 wins they had last year. My maybe too optimistic prediction was 8 and 9. I think it's going to be in that 5 to 8 range when it comes to win. But I think we do see an upgrade and a boost under Todd Monken.
Andy McNamara joining us here on The Frenzy, taking a look at the Cleveland Browns. And I feel like we might have just kind of overlooked the most important additions to this Cleveland Browns team for the upcoming season. And it's along the offensive line. 4 new players coming in. They draft Spencer Fano out of Utah, played 37 games there. They bring in Zion Johnson from the Chargers. I will tell you, there's lapses, but there's improvement in that side. Titus Howard comes over from Houston, and then you got another Jenkins to join Tevin Elgin coming over from the Green Bay Packers. How do you feel about this group who, I would think improved, but going to need to find that cohesiveness?
Yeah, it was a monumental task. It was a total overhaul, and quite frankly, a roster blind spot for Andrew Berry. He let that offensive line get old and expensive fast. They got old and they got injury prone. So he had to redo all of it. Spencer Fano, I think, is going to be your day one starter, a decade guy at left tackle. I'm very confident. There's Zion Johnson. I like the addition, but it comes from a Chargers team whose offensive line was a liability. So I'm like, okay. Now, Elgin Jenkins is actually better as a left guard, but they have him at center right now because they're waiting to see if their rookie Parker Brailsford, who they're high on, a 5th-round pick, can jump up and take that spot. Ideally, yes, and it might not come at the start of the year. Luke Whippler from Ohio State, still injured, so he's not going to be able to take it. The best-case scenario is they want Brailsford to come up to center, move Elgin Jenkins to left guard, move Zion Johnson to right guard. Then I'm feeling more confident. Kevin Jenkins, he's okay. He's fine. The offensive line I think is going to be better than last year if they stay healthy. The bottom line is, though, Todd Monken better be designing out of your hand quick plays. And we see you can have a lot of success with that, guys, right? Patrick Mahomes does it. Tom Brady used to do it all the time. Tom Brady never had the best offensive lines, but they didn't look bad because he got the ball out quick. So you need to be able to have those design plays while still be able to have that O-line let you drop back and chuck it downfield to make sure the defensive secondary stays honest too.
Absolutely. My one defense for Zion is that he was playing beside Bradley Bozeman and 7th-string tackles, and it was just an absolute mess. But you couldn't have been more accurate on your description of the Chargers offensive line. I say that as a fan. Just coming down here, the Browns and Grant Delpit agreeing to a 3-year contract extension worth $48 million. So, hey, there you go. Keeping a guy in Cleveland for the next few years here.
That's not bad. And you said that was Grant Delpit coming down?
Yes, sir.
Nice. All right. Hey, well, I was keeping an eye on that. So now what they did over the last 2 days is Denzel Ward, who's a lifelong Cleveland guy. You gave him 2 more years, a bunch of money. Grant Delpit, who's been hot and cold in his career. You drafted Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, and you have Ronnie Hickman. So the safety group, you got a nice 3-pack there. Delpit, if he can stay healthy, I don't think we've seen the ceiling anywhere close to him. So if he stays healthy, and like I said, Mike Roomberg, the new DC, is a secondary first guy, whereas Jim Schwartz is a defensive line guy first. So I think this could be a really good match. That's a nice re-up and gives the Browns secondary. It's like, okay, I don't have to worry about filling starter roles at corner and safety next year. It gives you a little bit of breathing room.
Absolutely. Hey, Andy, thanks so much for doing this today. Really appreciate it.
I love it, guys. Anytime.
There you go. Andy McNamara covers the Browns with the Sick Podcast. Give him a follow on X at AndyMC81. Donnie, thank you for whispering that in my ear. Nice little update for the Browns.
Yes, you're welcome. I just saw a bunch of Twitter notifications pop up. So as per usual, you always got to check the phone. And it was very convenient timing.
This Browns team, I am so intrigued by them. And this is, I could say it about every team. I could probably give you this intrigues me about any insert team here. But for the Browns, the offensive line rebuilt. They've got 2 first-round talents at receivers, I would say. Jerry Jeudy was a first-round pick, so you could say they have 2 for sure. And then Denzel Boston, who's a second-round pick. The tight end room with Harold Fannin Jr., you like that. The offensive line rebuilt. Quarterback, big questions. Defense, we shall see. The secondary, they like it. They're keeping it together. They've got the last 2 defensive rookies of the year. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Plus, can Mason Graham take that big step? They took him early. They passed on Travis Hunter to get Mason Graham. So you'd hope that he pans out, but we'll see. It's going to be fun. Camp's underway. We'll take a look around the NFL when we come back. Get to your text and more. It is The Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Struggling to find skilled workers? What if you could fill your talent pipeline with motivated, pre-vetted youth and receive funding to support your efforts? At Careers The Next Generation, we connect Alberta employers with interns in skilled trades, IT, agriculture, forestry, and more. All WCB covered, high school accredited, safety trained, and ready to contribute from day one. With 83% of RAP students continuing their apprenticeships after high school, investing in youth today means securing your workforce for tomorrow. Don't wait. Visit careersnextgen.ca to get started.
Need an excuse to upgrade your ride? Well, we got a few to share. Go Auto has over 18,000 new and used vehicles ready to test drive right now. With more than 70 locations, your perfect match could be closer than you think. A family-friendly SUV for soccer practice, a fuel-sipping commuter, or a hardworking truck that's ready for anything. Trusted brands and a team that's actually happy to help. Explore thousands of vehicles today at goauto.ca.
Welcome to the Bro Zone, the ultimate garage setup for checking out the big game.
70-inch TV? Check. Surround sound? Check. Mini fridge fully stocked? Check.
But a legendary Bro Zone needs legendary snacks.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Load up on Alberta's best beef jerky. It's the perfect game day companion when you're watching from the ultimate fan cave.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Summit Restaurant, located in the heart of the Silent Ice Center and just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Summit is your destination for exceptional house-made pizza, delicious entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails. Experience the perfect blend of flavor and ambiance in a modern setting. Join us for a straightforward yet elevated dining experience where our commitment to quality speaks to every bite and sip. Make Summit Restaurant your next night on the town. Not sure what wheels fit your vehicle? Evolve Wheels and Tires gives you honest advice from enthusiasts who know fitment inside and out. Whether it's your truck, SUV, or sports car, they have you covered. Evolve Wheels and Tires, Edmonton's premium wheel specialists. Evolve your ride. Evolve your experience.
Alberta, this one's for you.
A
Around here, trust takes a few winters. It's why players have known Jackpot City since 1998. Home to hundreds of exciting casino games, live dealer action, and new adventures waiting to be discovered. Jackpot City. Nothing beats the original. Please play responsibly. 18 years or older. Alberta only.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca.
Hey, Alberta. You can now get your health number and Canadian citizenship marker on your driver's license and ID card. No more flimsy paper health cards or multiple IDs to juggle. Just one card, that's it. To get yours, bring your Alberta health card, proof of Canadian citizenship, or other eligible documentation to the registry to renew your card. Learn more at alberta.ca/onecard. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Welcome back to the Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Coming up next is the Lowdown with Low Tide. LT, Declan Kruger, Fenwick will be sticking around, as will intern Connor. Yeah, they'll be joined by Kevin McCurdy today, I do believe. Haven't seen the tweet yet, but let's roll with that one. Then on the Gregor Show today, I'll be standing in for Jason, taking a little bit of a vacation. We'll be joined by Justin Dunk of 3 Down Nation. Take a look around the CFL. Lots of football today on the show. Not even of my doing. This was also Brad Slater putting in some work. Eric Williams will join us, covers the NFL for Fox. Well, he's going to be joining. We'll talk Rams, Seahawks. I think he's down in Arizona as well for the camp there. Ben Static will join us from the Team 980. And last man standing Substack, that's Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, will he bounce back in year 3? Just got to stay healthy.
He better.
You got him in fantasy?
He's my dynasty QB, baby. He better bounce back. But I do have Dak Prescott as a second option. Well, thank God.
In fantasy, Dak is going to throw the ball. He's going to get you points.
Oh, of course. But, I'd much rather have the young guy get back to being, I don't know, when he was in year 1, he was like the 3rd best fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to run the football a little bit, I think. They got Bill.
Ja'Cory
Krosky-Merritt.
They've got the boys as the running back room.
Is that what they say?
No. It's just a bunch of guys who are
Rachaad White.
Fine. Like Rachaad, if you need 6 yards, Rachaad White will give you 3.
Yeah. Kind of the opposite of Najee Harris. You need 4, he'll give you 5. You need 6, he'll give you 7.
Yeah. Najee Harris. Especially post-eye injury Najee Harris. He really got it done.
That guy is a pro. Like, he'll find a way. He might not get you much more, but he's going to get you the ball like to where you need it to go. Yeah, that offense, it's going to be a fun conversation, I'll say, because the Commanders receiver room, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Williams, Luke McCaffrey, Treylon Burks, Van Jefferson. There's some names there, some names. We'll see how it works out. Also, to the round table, we've got Jason Strudwick, 5 questions, Mark Spector, and Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. So make sure you keep it locked here on Sports 1440 all day long. And then following the show, it's Fox Sports Radio all night. In case you're wondering, we do go all night long. Now, Donnie P, you're heading out to Toronto. Hey, you're going to go check out the Jays. When do you leave?
Yes, I leave Friday morning. I don't land in time to make it to the park and see the Dylan Cease start. So I will be catching Saturday and Sunday's games. One of which I will be getting some very nice seats courtesy of Mr. Andrew Walker and his new little sports betting endeavor with the Score Bet. So shout out to the Score Bet and those people over there. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a blast. I get to probably see Kevin Gosman's last start as a Toronto Blue Jay, which unless he's traded between now and then, which would be truly devastating. Yeah, no, it's going to be a blast out there. Going to see the Hockey Hall of Fame. I've never been to Toronto, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I was hoping the Jays would be better, but it is what it is.
Here's what I'm saying. If I am a team in pursuit of Kevin Gausman, he ain't making that start. And I'm not waiting till Sunday to make that call. I'm making it tomorrow, right now, Friday, saying, let's get this done.
Yeah, I'm not optimistic on the facts or on the idea that Kevin Gausman will make that start. However, currently in line to make the start. That's what matters in my brain right now is he is in line to make the start, and he could possibly make it.
From our outsider's perspective, I think Kevin Gausman likes Toronto.
Loves Toronto, wants to stay.
Do you think, no, you said last start. I mean, maybe he goes to a contender this year and re-ups in the offseason? Could we see it?
Yeah, maybe. But like, how often do you see that in sports? Let's be honest here. It's such a rare thing. You get traded away and you come back. Like off the top of my head, who last couple of guys to do that in sports? I mean, I know Thomas Plekanec did it when he got traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs at the trade deadline. Shout out Thomas Plekanec. That's a name that I haven't thought of in a long time.
He always wore the turtleneck.
The turtleneck,
right?
yes. Who else did it? I think we saw one over the last couple of years, but I'm forgetting who it is in the NHL. It's a tough thing. I don't know why it doesn't happen, but it just doesn't happen usually. So if he gets traded, I'd fully expect him to find himself elsewhere. But I don't know, man. Like
Nick Bjugstad, do you forget
yes,
that?
I did forget to mention Nick Bjugstad. I'm so sorry, Nick Bjugstad.
Patrick Marleau?
Patty Marleau, yeah.
Roman Pollock?
Roman Polak.
Antoine Vermette?
Yeah, Antoine Vermette's another one.
Zbigniew Mihalik?
Zbigniew Mihalik. Yeah,
Matt
that's a name I
Moulton?
have not thought of in
Joe Corvo?
God knows how
Oli
long.
Jokinen? I'm going crazy here. Vinny Prospel?
I think
Keith Kachuk? Doug Waite? And Mark Recchi?
I think the points are lots of these guys aren't exactly household names. So, yeah, like this it doesn't really happen very often. And I would expect it to continue to not happen. But you never know, right? I guess it is what it is, right? I just hope that I selfishly get to see Kevin Gausman's last start.
Gauze, we're sending you to the Dodgers. Go get your ring and come back.
If he gets traded to the Dodgers, I might actually... Josh, you always talk about how every time I talk about the Jays, it looks like I'm about to cry. That might be the time that I actually cry. I'm mostly joking, but like that would actually be devastating. As a huge Kevin Gausman guy, as a guy who I hope he's still on the team because I'm in between which jersey I'm gonna buy when I'm there. I'm thinking Dylan Cease, but I'm also thinking Kevin Gausman, just because of how much he's meant to this franchise and what he's done for them. I just seeing him on the Dodgers, it would just be wrong in every way. I want him to get the ring, but I'd rather... Is it weird to say I'd rather him not get a ring than go to the Dodgers and get one? I just hate that team.
However you feel.
I can't stand that team. It's them and the Yankees. I know we'll pump up our socials here a little bit. If you missed it yesterday, Mackenzie did a video of kind of all of us producers on what is our least favorite fan base. If Mackenzie would have given me 5 minutes, I could have given you the Vancouver Canucks. I could have given you the Dodgers, the Yankees, really any Philadelphia fan base, because I mean those guys are just gutless. Convenience as Tide walks in. I mean that guy's just gutless too. I have control of the mics, Tide. You can't do a damn thing about it. But there's a lot of tough fan bases in sports. Who did you say again, Connor?
All of them.
All of them?
Every fan base is annoying.
You're right. I think every fan base does have its annoyances, but
some more than others.
Some are just more annoying.
We talked about Shamar Stewart going down earlier today. Now Brian Breezy of the New Orleans Saints going down, former first or second round pick, defensive tackle, one of their big names along the defensive line, torn ACL. Looks like he's, done for the year. So NFL training camps, it does not take long for these big injuries to happen. You're just trying to get out of it unscathed. And so far for the Cincinnati Bengals, a lesser important player, but a guy who, had upside, a former first-round pick, had high expectations for him. Shamar Stewart looks like he's done for the year now. Brian Breezy of the New Orleans Saints, done for the year with a torn ACL. It's that time where you just don't want those notifications and to see the hashtag of your team from Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter. It's brutal, but season rolls on. Wonder how much that changes their odds, because we saw some books having them as the second highest rated or favorite team to win that division. Does Patty Kane count? Waddy and Cloverdale? Hey, he came back eventually. That is true. That music means we are done. For all the boys here, thank you guys for joining us on the program. Check the podcast or Sports 1440 AM if you'd like to give it a listen or a rewatch. Give it a thumbs up, too. We would appreciate that. Right now, we'll get to a Sports 1440 update with Donovan Paulson, brought to you by Cattail Crossing, home of the 9 and Dine. Every Friday after 4 for $130 for a pair, you get 9 holes with a cart and a $40 gift card to the Out of Bounds restaurant. Book now at cattailcrossing.ca.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
The big NHL news so far of the day, in case you missed it somehow, Halley and Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks are in agreement on a 5-year contract extension for $94 million and $18.8 million AAV. You have some other news, but this is in the NFL. The Cleveland Browns and safety Grant Delpit, they're in agreement on a 3-year contract extension. Some baseball action. The Toronto Blue Jays currently knotted at zeros in the top of the 4th with 2 outs. Ernie Clement has runners on 2nd and 3rd. Other games around the majors, Phillies up 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th over the Marlins. The D-backs blanking the Pirates 3-0. The Tigers blanking the Orioles 3-0 as well. Tarek Skubal becomes the fastest Tigers pitcher to record 1,000 career strikeouts. Coming up on the station, it is the Lowdown with Lowtide. I'm Donovan Paulson at Sports